Hey guys, this is Pastor Dave. Welcome to another midweek chat. Anxiety and worry are common emotional enemies of us all. Tony Evans, a great pastor, shares this: worry is like fog. I'm told that a fog that can cover up to 7 blocks contains less than one glass full of water. Fog is a lot of smoke and almost no substance. It's the same with worry. It's like a rocking chair, taking you back and forth, but never getting you anywhere. End of quote. Wise words. Proverbs has something to say about worry. Proverbs 12:25 says, "Anxiety in the heart of man causes depression, but a good word makes it glad." Proverbs 12:25 says, "Worry weighs us down. A cheerful word picks us up." Folks, yielding to anxiety and worry is not skillful living on planet Earth. It is not the way of faith for God's children. George Mueller said, "The beginning of anxiety is the end of faith, and the beginning of true faith is the end of anxiety." In his commentary on Matthew, John MacArthur shares this: "Worry is the sin of distrusting the promise and providence of God, and yet it is a sin that Christians commit perhaps more frequently than any other." The English term worry comes from an old German word meaning to strangle or choke. That is exactly what worry does. It is a kind of mental and emotional strangulation which probably causes more mental and physical afflictions than any other single cause. End of quote. So, let me ask you this question. What are you worried about right now? Have you really taken this anxiety or worry to God in prayer? Thomas Chewell shares this: "I know a man who was bearing the weight of the whole world on his shoulders. His name is Dr. George McCausland. Dr. George McCausland was one of the greatest YMCA directors this world has ever seen. But some years ago, he was serving a YMCA out in western Pennsylvania near Pittsburgh. And in that western Pennsylvania YMCA that was losing membership, that had financial difficulties and terrible staff problems, George McCausland found himself working 85 hours a week. He found himself getting little sleep at night. He took a little time off, and when he was off, he was worrying and fretting about the problems of this YMCA. He went to a therapist who told him he was on the verge of a nervous breakdown. He had to learn somehow to let go and somehow to let God into his problems. He didn't know quite how to do that, so George McCausland took an afternoon off, took a pad and paper, and took a walk in the western Pennsylvania woods. As he walked through the cool woods, he could just feel his tight body and his tight neck start to relax. He sat down under a tree and sighed. For the first time in months, he relaxed. He got out his pad and paper, and he decided that he would let them go, the burdens of his life. He wrote God a letter. He said, "Dear God, today I hereby resign as General Manager of the universe. Love, George." Then, with a twinkle in his eye that is so characteristic of George McCausland, he said, "And wonder of wonders, God accepted my resignation." Beloved, whatever it is that's causing you to worry, why don't you resign that worry right now and throw it into the lap of our Lord? Over Linda's and my bed in our bedroom at home is this verse from Psalm 16:8. I love this verse. "I keep my eyes always on the Lord. With him at my right hand, I will not be shaken." Maybe you have let this worry that you have or have had shake you up long enough. It's time you turned your eyes towards the Lord. In my chat on November the 17th, I mentioned something that Rick Johnson shared. Gaze at God. Glance at your problems. Be careful that you don't flip that. Be careful that you don't start gazing at your problems and just glancing at God. Keep this straight. You keep your eyes on the Lord. You gaze at the Lord and just glance at your problems. Until next time. Oh, happy Thanksgiving.